like I said, just like the cultural aspect of Midsommar, like I like these idea of kind of these ancient holidays.
Yeah.
I was always just like interested in kind of like pagan religions altogether.
Yeah,
kind of like a more in touch with nature. And a lot of this movie is kind of, it's human togetherness, but it's also like togetherness with nature, where they're very much just like take hallucinogenics, and like you see Dani when she is high on psychedelics, she feels like kind of leaves going inside of her.
See, I find
and she's growing. You weren't.
I find it interesting that you're interested in that, but you've never partaken in that stuff.
I'm interested.
I
in
have
it as
partaken
a
in
film.
that stuff, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. I've done it in real life. You haven't.
I'll say I'm interested in it as an anthropologist, as someone like looking from the outside. Well, here's another
what's
thing.
more of an anthropological dig?
Here's
Go on an anthropological dig.
Here's another thing about the characters. When I say it's very obvious from the beginning that this village is going to do something fucked up.
Oh yeah, for
it's
sure.
very obvious from the beginning. And the characters kind of being anthropologists, of seeing these people not even really as people, as just subjects to be studied. I think
there's a very and that bothered me too.
One when you're talking about, you know, human isolation in the like secular world, you're not together with your emotions, versus them. It's a further step of isolation of them from these people.
Yeah, and they make that point really clear with like the wardrobe choices. Like there's so many shots of everyone in white robes, and you see them just sticking out like fucking eyesores.
Yeah. And I feel like the reason they do not sense the danger is because they have this feeling of, this is happening to you guys. We're over here.
Right.
And it's that, and it's a disrespect of the culture. Like you see Will Porter's character, who's there, kind of like, he says like, I just want to get fucked up and bang Swedish girls.
He's like the McLovin of the group.
He is kind of the McLovin of the group. And you see like...
It's kind of a dated reference now. You know
that is a dated reference.
Isn't that interesting?
That's weird. What movie?
You never would have thought that.
What year?
Superbad.
No, I know, but that was like 2008, 2007.
Yeah.
People are not going to get the McLovin reference.
They better be.
They should. But there's one. Neither of these people, while they're viewing them from different ways, they don't see this Horga village as like being people. Just one, something to be studied, or two, like something to fuck around with.
And you know what? I just like, it's so perfect that like I'm blanking on his name because he was so unremarkable, but the boyfriend. His
name's Christian.
Yeah, like
the actor is Jack Rayner, I believe his name is.
He did a fine job, the actor. I don't think it was a great performance. I don't think it was a bad performance.
I think you get exactly, you understand this person perfectly.
Exactly.
He's in a relationship he does not want to be in, and
probably
he can't leave out of like a sense of obligation.
It probably is a good performance then, because I was so like unimpressed with him as a person, but that's kind of the idea.
You hate this guy, and that's why leading into like, this is a triumph for Dani, of it is a revenge, and you don't feel bad for this guy at all, because you know this guy. I also don't
really feel bad for her, to be honest, because, and maybe this is like mean, but I feel like I know like both of these people, you know what I mean? And it's just like you're the fucking schmuck who like stands for nothing. Yeah. You know, and like, you know, it's so perfect that he's like, I think I'm gonna do my thesis on this too. And it's like, of course, because you don't have one original thought. Yeah. You know, you don't have the first inkling of creativity. Yeah. But also on her side, it's just like, I feel like I know this person too. And it's just like, and granted, she went through a horrible tragedy, but obviously what she went through is like a plot piece. I'm just saying this person who's just like, you know, just like falling apart all the time. And you're like, you're falling apart all the time. Like, you don't even have like, you're not even, you know what I mean? Like,
I know what you mean.
You're just constantly a mess. Like, how are you constantly a mess?
And I know what you mean because...
I understand if you're a mess 6 out of 7 days.
You're showing two extremes of the situation. Exactly. And this Swedish cult Swedish people, and even kind of like people who, are in tight-knit communities aren't really like that.
Of
like
course.
you're not all sharing your feelings together, and like if someone's in pain, you all scream with it. Like, but then also like real life isn't so separated. Like
No.
people talk about their feelings all the time, and it isn't so separated as the movie explains. But you are showing.
Yeah.
You are showing two different extremes, and you are showing the type of person who would join a cult. Of what I'm talking about,
sure.
of
For sure.
Dani, and I didn't even like really pick up on this until like the second time I watched it, was that Dani clearly was like targeted from the beginning. The
Yes.
character Pella, who like kind of is their guide into the Harga village, who like he was at school with them, and he took
and then
her
he
in.
starts kind of like putting the fucking Swedish dick on. He's
he
like,
tries
what
to
about
like
this Swedish
make the
fish? You know
move
what I'm
on
saying?
it. Boy, you see that in a different light, thinking of they're trying to recruit her, because he has this line of, he says to her, out of everybody who is coming, you were the person I was most excited for.
Oh God. What a line. Like, I'm really happy you came to the party. I don't know what accent that is, but just like, I'm really happy you're here. Like,
And they're
like, bro, you're a rapist. Like I don't trust you.
well, you don't trust him, and you shouldn't. He's trying to get her to join a cult.
For sure. I just mean like
There's
that
a lot of cult mentality. So like there's another thing that I noticed. It's a term called love bombing, that when someone is in the cult and they kind of want to leave, that the members kind of get around and they like shower them with compliments, and they like say like, we're your family and we're the people who trust you, and those people over there, they don't trust you. Like they don't want to be with you. Like you belong with us. And he kind of does that to her. He's very much trying to separate her from her boyfriend, because I feel
he draws her that fucking stupid picture.
He draws
and he's like,
her
just keep this between us.
a picture. He says like, I forget the exact line, but it's something just like, yeah, he's with you, he's there for you, but like, do you feel connected to him, or like it was something like that. And I
By
feel
the way,
like
if you talk like that, kill yourself.
I
Straight
feel like
up.
it's very much, they have this idea of, if we can separate her from her boyfriend, then she is ours.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
And it worked. But
And it
again,
worked.
like that's like what cults do. I mean, if you look at like the Scientology or
it separate you from everybody around, and they target people who are kind of at the low point of their life. I feel like that's like, especially with like Waco, Texas, with the cult there.
Yeah. Really all of them.
Or
to be
all of
honest.
them, really. But a lot of them, they weren't dumb people. They were highly educated. They were smart. But David Koresh was able to find them at their low point.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to be quote unquote stupid. I mean, a lot of these people are pretty intelligent. You could just find like, some people can manipulate an emotional, I don't even want to call it a weakness, like just an emotional opportunity. Yeah. Like what's the sex cult recently? I'm blanking on it. The guy up in like Buffalo or something like that. Oh, geez.
I have no idea.
It was some really strange. It was basically like a multi-marketing, like essentially a Ponzi scheme business, but then there was also like a sex cult element of it.
And it was in Buffalo?
It was super recent. Like the guy, I need to actually look this up because this is going to bother me. But the guy like got recently in trouble for it. Anyway, carry on as I look this up.
Well, it's very much, they find you at your low point, and it's separate you from the rest of society. And, it does have kind of this triumphant ending. I think it's more...
NXIVM. Yeah, NXIVM. There was that
I have never heard of this.
Allison Mack, who's like from Smallville or whatever. She was an actress.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about now. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, it's like, that's cult shit 101.
Yeah.
So.